Hi everybody, Ellen here. Today I come to you guys with a ridiculously huge book haul because I have, I think, 18 books to haul, and to be honest I have read a lot of them already, so I mean that sort of makes it up for it, I suppose. But this will sort of be the last big hooray before I sort of go, not really on a book buying ban again because I did that for like 2 months this year, but I will sort of try to only buy like 3 books, but with those 3 books it's not like review books are counted in, or books from my I'll Create Fireloots will still be quite a lot of books. But I mean, I'm gonna try to buy like 3 physical books besides those I just mentioned. And the first book I have is A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. I don't want to spoil this because this is the last book in the trilogy, although there will be more books in this sort of world. But the first book in the series is about Farah, and she's trying to survive together with her family. They're really poor, they don't really have any food and stuff, and she goes out into the woods and tries to hunt and get food and everything, and she ends up killing this wolf that is actually a fae sort of in a disguise. And yeah, shit goes down after that because you're not allowed to kill faes. And anyways, this is the 3rd and last book, and it's a behemoth like all of Sarah J Maas's books. And then we have Geekerella by Ashley Poston, and this is a retelling of Cinderella. This one you meet this girl Ellie L and her father started this cosplay comic-con, started this cosplay called Excelsicon, based on a series called Starfield that Elle and her dad used to watch, but then her father died, and there's supposed to be sort of a reboot of this TV show, and there's this guy named Darren Freeman who's been like in this more of a reality TV show, and Elle is certain that he will totally butcher the character of Federation Prince Carmender, but they actually start texting to each other, but they don't know who the other person is, so they don't know it's each other. And yeah, it's actually, I've already read it, so I'm not going to say that much about what I thought about it, but I do really think it was funny and cute and all sorts of nerdy, which you can never get enough of. And I actually have 2 books here, illustrated by Camille Rose Garcia, which is the entire reason why I bought these books, and they're really ridiculously short, so of course I've read them, and they were really awesome, and I loved all the illustrations because why wouldn't I? And this is Snow White, and this is written by the Brothers Grimm. And then we have Cinderella, or the Little Glass Slipper, written by Charles Perrault. And yeah, like I said, I bought them because of Camille Rose Garcia. She has this really distinct artwork, and it's sort of dark and sort of mysterious and everything, and it's really gorgeous, and I love her way of like communicating like these stories. And I mean, look at the cover, it's really gorgeous, it's all the way around, and I mean, under the dust jacket it's like her books is like the most beautiful because there's a lot of different pictures both front and back, and they're so gorgeous. And that was Snow White one, and I will show you Cinderella as well. And I mean, the picture is all the way around, and they're so gorgeous, and I can't stop looking at them, which is why I have them displayed on my shelf. And they're just so gorgeous, and I'm so happy to have them because I do have Alice in Wonderland illustrated by her before, and I really love that one. Since I love Alice in Wonderland, so of course I need the other books, and I don't really think I need to go into what these stories are about because they're so well known and everybody knows about them. Then we have one of my most anticipated releases of this year, which might be a little bit weird because they have been published for 20 years. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe this will help you. I don't know if you recognize these colors, maybe they stand for something? I'm not going to hold you on the stretch for much longer because it is, of course, the 20-year edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I still can't believe it's been 20 years since they were published the first time, because I was 2 years old at that time and I didn't read them for the first time until I was 9. So I do feel really old but young at the same time thinking about this. But this is really beautiful, and there's actually 8 different editions because there are the paperback editions too. But I think I was pretty good at holding back because I only bought the hardcovers because I thought they were prettier. So when my twin sister said I was crazy for buying even more editions of one and the same book, I told her that I showed big restraint because I didn't buy the paperbacks as well. So, I mean, I think I did good. I have Ravenclaw, which is my house, and then we have Slytherin, and we have Hufflepuff, and then we have Gryffindor, which is my twin sister's house. And like I said, you can see all of the colors here. And I'm not going to go into what the book is about because everybody already knows. But in each of these books you will get sort of exclusive material that revolves around that house in particular, which was why I had to buy all 4 of them and not just the Ravenclaw one. So you get to read about the house sorting, like what kind of things that this house looks for. Like Slytherin is pride, ambition and cunning, and there's also like well-known alumni, and you get to know a little bit more about the founder of the house, and the like in Gryffindor you get to know much about McGonagall because she likes is the head of that house and stuff like that. So yeah, it's, you know, it's you need all 4 different editions to get to know all the extra material, and it's really awesome, and I can't wait to dive into these, and I'm definitely displaying these on my shelves. Then we have The Enchantress Returns by Chris Colfer, and this is book 2 in the Land of Stories. And in the first book you meet the twins called Alex and Connor, I think their names are. I'm so bad at names, but I think that's their names. And they get this like fairy tale book from their grandmother, and somehow they get sucked into this fairy tale land. And they get to meet like Snow White and Little Red Riding Hood and Cinderella and Rapunzel, and you know, every single story I've ever heard, pretty much. Not really, but a lot of them. And they're trying to find their way home. And yeah, this is book 2 in that story. I really look forward to reading this one because I really enjoyed the first one. It was such a quick read, even though these books are quite thick. But they really have amazing ratings on Goodreads. And also, yes, Chris Colfer is the guy from Glee. But they're really amazing ratings, and I can't wait to dive into this one. And then we have Bakom din rygg by Sofie Sarenbrant, and this is the limited edition, which means if I take off this, it is actually signed, and that's really awesome. And I have read a couple of Sofie Sarenbrant's books before. I think I've read like 4 of them, maybe 3, 4. And this one actually takes place at a hairdresser's place, and you know, there's a lot of jealousy behind it. And one day, one of the salons customers are found murdered, and they're trying to figure out who did it before more people are found killed. And yeah, it's really a bit hard to describe, but it sounds really good, and I really do look forward to reading it. And then we have a book that I've been wanting for a really long time, but I did really want it in this edition, and it's been sold out like on Adlibris and Bokus, which are like the most popular and well-known online bookstores in Sweden, and I haven't had them there, and I've looked for months and months and months, and finally they got it in on Book Depository because they were run out before as well, but they finally got it back, and it's The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. And I did read A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett earlier this year, and I really liked it, and I've been wanting this edition of The Secret Garden because it will match my Alice in Wonderland edition. And this is the Barnes & Noble one, I think they call it, and it's so beautiful, and it's blue and a lot of gold, and it's so gorgeous, and it has gold edges, and I love it. And it's not really a description what it's about, and I don't really remember a lot. to be honest. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But it's really gorgeous. Now we have more Harry Potter related things because I can't get enough because I have a problem. Anyways, I bought these beauties that I've been wanting for a time now, and to be honest, I mean, it wasn't that bad because, well, I don't own any physical copies of these books. I only have them as ebooks, and I'm a little bit ashamed to say that I had never read The Tales of Beedle the Bard before. I have read the other two, but never read this one before, but I have read it now, so it's fine. I fixed the problem. But anyways, this is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and The Tales of Beedle the Bard, and Quidditch Through the Ages. And they're so gorgeous, and they just look beautiful on my shelf, so I had to have them. I have another edition called Alice in Wonderland, and this is by Lewis Carroll, and the illustrations are made by Anna Bond, and this is the Puffin in Bloom edition, which I have been wanting for a couple of months. I know I said up everything, but I mean, that just let you guys know that I have some self-restraint, although it doesn't seem like it because I bought them all at the same time. But I mean, I waited for a couple of months. Anyways, this is really beautiful, and on the back here, this is a quote from the book, and it says, "For you see, so many out of the way things had happened lately, that Alice had begun to think that very few things indeed were really impossible." And I mean, I have to show under the dust jacket because it's so gorgeous, and I really love it, and I know you've probably seen it before, but I mean, look at that. I mean, you get to see so many different things from the story. I mean, we have the hair, and a lot like the Cheshire Cat and the Mad Hatter's hat and everything. And then we look at the back, and we have even more stuff, and it's so gorgeous, and I will definitely display this one along with my other Alice in Wonderland editions. I don't even know how many I have anymore. I think I'm up to 6 now or something like that. So I mean, I've heard worse, so I don't feel that bad about it. Anyways, now it's gonna fall. Now I have 3 more books to talk about, and they're all review books. And I have Vit Syren by Cecilia Sahlström, which I got from the publisher named Bokfabriken. And this is about Sarah Wallén, who works at the violence. She works for the police in Lund, and she's gotten this case where it's sort of hard to figure out who young girl who was brutally assaulted, physically, and she thinks she has she thinks she might be able to solve this case, but her son turns out to be one of the main suspects, and then everything turns into her trying to prove that he's innocent, that he didn't do it, and she has to save her son, who she thinks would never ever do anything like this. And yeah, I'm really interested in reading this one, and actually I really like the cover. Even though it's a little bit morbid with the blood on the flowers, but I really just think it sounds good, and I look forward to reading it. I did not just scream really loud. Okay, I think I just ruined my voice by the screaming part. Holy crap, that hurt. Anyways, and then we have Hemmet by Mats Strandberg, and I got this one from the publisher called Nordstedts, and this is a sort of a horror book, and it's about Joel, and he's back in the small city where he grew up, and he has been he's sort of become the parent to his own mother, because she's supposed to move into this house for people with dementia, and on this house Joel's childhood friend works, called Nina, and they haven't talked to each other since they were teenagers. And when Joel's mother really gets a lot worse after moving to this house, and she gets more violent and everything, and she also seems to know things she's not supposed to know, and it's almost like something took over her, and it's in her or something like that, and Joel and Nina are trying to figure out how to save Monica but also themselves. So this is supposed to be sort of a horror book, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I really like his other books, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. And then the last book, I promise, and that is Får leken tåla by M.J. Arledge, and this one I got from the publisher called Lind & Company. And the original title for this book, which I can never remember, is Liar Liar. And I have read, this is the 4th book in the series, and I have read the first 3 and they're really good, and it's sort of, you know, it's a lot of police work in my review books, I've noticed. But this is about Helen Grace, and she works for the police, and she's, you know, set up a lot of cases that she's trying to solve. And the thing I really like about this book is the fact that Helen Grace herself, who is the main character, she's not perfect. I mean, she has all these flaws, and as a reader you get to find out what they are and why it is as it is, and that's what I really like about her, because it makes her very human, and that's what I like in a main character. So yeah, I really like that. And yeah, this one, she's trying to figure out who is starting these really big and bad like fires, and the people dying in these fires, because there's houses that are put on fire. They're really like meticulously planned. That was all the books I had for today, so now I'm thinking I should pick them up, which will probably, like, it will probably end with my demise or something, because it's 18 books and they're heavy and they already fell once. But I'm going to try. Okay. I'm going to ruin them. Okay, I don't know if they're all in picture, but I'm holding them. Okay, that was just a paper of some sort. Fell down from my desk. Holy crap, this is heavy! I'm gonna put it down. Ouchie. Fingers. Anyways, those were all the books I bought in the month of June, and whew, I got like I feel a whew. That was hard work. Anyways, this will be the last big haul for a while. I will still be buying 3 books a month, and I will probably buy a lot of ebooks, I think. Yeah, so there will be still book hauls, but it will be more ebooks and not as many books in general. Anyways, I do hope you like this video. I can't even talk anymore. I've been recording too many videos today. Anyways, I really hope you liked this video, and if you did, I hope you give me thumbs up. And also, if you want to see more videos from me, I do hope you want to subscribe to me, so you'll get a notification for when I upload new videos. Oh my god, I'm losing my breath. Anyways, I do hope we see each other next time. Bye!